listening to B2B Tech Talk with Ingram Micro, the place to learn about new technology and technological advances before they become mainstream. This podcast is sponsored by Ingram Micro's Imagine Next. It's not about the destination. It's about going someplace you never thought possible. Go to imaginenext.ingrammicro.com to find out more. Let's get into it.
Welcome to B2B Tech Talk with Ingram Micro. I'm your host, Keri Roberts, and my guest today is Darrell Arellano, the Senior Channel GTM Manager for U.S. Cloud Client category at HP. Welcome, Darrell. Thanks for joining us today.
Hi, Keri. Thank you for having me.
So let's talk a little bit about working from home. You know, over these last few months, there's been a lot of people working off of an 11-inch Chromebook, which can be difficult because they were originally and primarily designed for education use. But of course, during the pandemic, especially in the beginning, people were buying whatever was available. How has HP adjusted and responded to this issue?
That's a great question. So if I can have you imagine for a moment doing your job on an 11-inch Chromebook, all the video conferencing, the multiple apps that are open, slide and content creation, spreadsheet modeling, like all this work, all this productivity that you do on a daily basis. And imagine doing this 5 days a week at home. It soon becomes clear that your productivity will be impacted, not in a good way. So one of the solutions that we have is for an 11-inch Chromebook users is to create a home workspace that improves your productivity. So think about what type of peripherals and displays you had at your office. So by simply adding, a display, right, or a full-size keyboard, right, that vastly will improve your productivity. Fortunately, HP has a complete set of displays and accessories specific for Chrome and Chrome Enterprise, right? What we call our Chrome commercial ecosystem to improve this very fact, to improve productivity.
Which is great. I mean, like you said, we need to be able to do multiple things at the same time, and having other options to add to what we already have is wonderful. There's also this stat that 63% of commercial IT managers say their resources are drained by device management. What does this mean, and how is HP helping to improve this issue?
It's certainly a big issue, and we continue to look at it. And, by our estimates, right, and this is more growth, right? By our estimates, HP's estimates, by the end of 2020, there'll be 9 billion commercial devices worldwide, right? And so if you average it out, that's 4 devices per business unit or commercial user, you and I. So if you think about this, creates added costs and complexity for both the business and the IT manager. And so you think, if I was an IT manager, how do I manage 9 billion applications, users, secure, from a security update perspective, how do I set all these policies on all these devices? So it becomes very clear to us that remote device management is a very critical need for the IT managers. The good news is for HP is we have seen, we're prepared for this, right? So we've been partnering with Google to develop a product line called Chrome Enterprise Products. This is different from Chrome, but it is called Chrome Enterprise Products to address this IT manager's critical need. And both the Chrome Enterprise products includes Chromebook laptops and Chromebook desktops.
It's interesting as you're talking about this, because the younger generation has been using Google for quite a while, very naturally, but usually the workplace doesn't use Google as much. And as you were kind of just talking about, HP has some of these new things. You have a new Chromebook Enterprise notebook product with the Google Enterprise Suite already loaded. What's the difference between a Chromebook and the Chrome Enterprise, and how will this help Google be used a little bit more within the workplace?
You nailed it right there. So the main difference between a Chromebook for instance, which you use at school, and a Chrome Enterprise product is the Chrome Enterprise upgrade license comes embedded within the Chrome Enterprise product. So what this means really is an IT manager, right, can simply open the box and the Chrome Enterprise upgrade license will be there. This eliminates the need for, we talk about simplifying the lives of IT managers. This eliminates the need for the post-sale purchase of this license. So it's very simple, very streamlined, eliminates some complexity from the IT manager's life.
Now, as you're kind of describing, obviously growth to the cloud is growing exponentially, especially in the state of the pandemic. And for many, they're using it pretty much unknowingly in most cases. Where do you see the cloud market going? And is there an existing cloud business built into all of the new HP Chromebook Enterprise notebooks?
Yeah, HP expects the trend growth to continue, of course, both in education. And that's become very clear. But then as this opportunity, as you mentioned, as more and more millennial and Gen Zs enter our workspace, we expect the commercial enterprise business to grow as well. Not only that is, latest industry research is telling us this, right? And so these are the latest numbers. 57% of companies say they're using more cloud than planned due to COVID-19. 61% say they plan to migrate more work to the cloud. And 4 or 5 IT decision makers are exploring cloud-based PCs. So what this really means, right? So this really supports, even during the pandemic, the migration towards the cloud and cloud-based PCs. So the good news is we were prepared for this growth. In 2019, we formed what we call our cloud client category, right? And this is really for us to get super focused on our commercial customer cloud's needs, like what we talked about earlier. The new category, this cloud core category, comprises of both our thin clients. If you think about thin clients, there are legacy apps, and our new Chrome Enterprise, which are more Chrome OS web-based applications. I'm excited this summer, actually, as a result. We built our first purpose-built Chromebooks, Chromebook Enterprise laptops, and they're the Pro C640 and the Elite C1030, right? And so these come complete with the latest 10th gen Intel processors, the latest security features, and the thin and light designs that we all expect from HP.
We're always talking about on this show security. So what types of multi-layered security does these new types of products provide?
So let me answer that in both from a Google perspective and then from an HP perspective. So all our Chrome products, be it education or enterprise, they'll come with Chrome OS. As you know, Chrome OS is a very secure operating system. Features like verified boot, read-only OS, you can automatically updates, then user-level encryption. Then you add on the Chrome Enterprise Upgrade license. This allows an IT manager to set over 200 policies to manage and secure these devices. So inherently within the Chromebook, you have these two software applications or management applications that would allow the Chrome Enterprise to be very secure. To add on top of that, and this is from an HP perspective, so all our new HP Chromebook Enterprise itself have additional layers of security, and namely around integrated fingerprint readers. You have the webcam privacy shutter and switches. So switches is new. It's a new technology developed that Google and HP developed. And that can be found on our Elite C1030 Chrome Enterprise. Also on the Elite C1030 Chrome Enterprise, we have HP's own SureView Reflect. And what that is, it's effectively a screensaver to defend against visual hackers. So quite a bit of security in our Chrome Enterprise, as you can see, and we're super excited.
Yeah, I think it's great that you're saying, reminding people that Chromebook has Google already as a part of it. They have their own security, and now you've got HP's added security to it. You're talking a lot about, larger businesses. Does what you're speaking about also apply to small businesses as well?
Yes. So we have our Chromebook Enterprise or Chrome Enterprise products span across SMB and large corporations, right? You can get, from a processing standpoint, Pentiums all the way up to Intel Core i7s, right? So depending on what your need is, HP has a wide variety of product offerings within this new category that can meet the needs of both the SMB and corporate and commercial customers.
Which is wonderful to see that there's so many different options. We've just been talking about cloud, obviously has been something that's been important for a while, but now has been really pushed in these last 6 months. When you think of technology as a whole, where do you see it going within the next year?
I think where we see this going from a technology standpoint, well, first off, let me just say, we will continue to evolve our Chrome Enterprise offering, right? To continue to meet and exceed and delight our customers. So we'll continue to evolve this from a security perspective, specification, designs perspective. So that's from a hardware piece, that's where we intend to go within the next year, right? So it's relatively a new category for us. And so we'll continue to evolve it. I think the next step, or kind of the next big wave here for us to be successful would be, we need to see some strides around software, right? Software applications that will more or less enable the use of legacy app users or those who use legacy apps on our Chrome Enterprise devices, right? So just to say, HP is currently looking into this, right? And so they're into this area, and I can't divulge any more than that, but more to come at a later date. But the point is here, really, the need for software is clear because it will allow businesses that continue to use legacy apps. We need a bridge there to seamlessly use their businesses to use their legacy apps on our Chrome Enterprise devices.
No, that makes a lot of sense. If people want to learn more about anything we talked about, they have questions about any of the products or how these new Chromebooks can work for their business, where can they learn more and ask questions?
Well, at Ingram Micro, it would be Dustin Spalla. Him and I have been working on this since the beginning. He's very knowledgeable about Chrome Enterprise and very knowledgeable about thin clients. So he is your guy at Ingram Micro. Information, HP has a very, very good, robust website. It's HP's Chrome Enterprise website. So I encourage you also to take a look there. And you can simply reach out to me.
Perfect. And we will link to the HP Chrome Enterprise website in the show notes, as well as Darrell's LinkedIn too. So thank you so much, Darrell, for sharing your knowledge and some of the new and exciting things that HP is building and bringing to life.
Oh, you're so much welcome. Thank you, Keri.
If you like this episode or have a question, join the discussion on Twitter at Ingram TechSol with the hashtag B2B Tech Talk. Thank you for tuning in and subscribing to B2B Tech Talk with Ingram Micro.
You've been listening to B2B Tech Talk with Ingram Micro, hosted by Keri Roberts. This episode was sponsored by Ingram Micro's Imagine Next. B2B Tech Talk is a joint production with Sweetfish Media and Ingram Micro. Ingram Micro production handled by Laura Burton and Christine Fan. To not miss an episode, subscribe today on your favorite podcast platform.